Welcome to Cheap Thrills. This week we decided to express ourselves in a different way at Lucky's Tattoo and Piercings. We met with Andy Saunders, experienced piercer, to better understand this career and industry.
It sounds so silly, but I would say maybe a freshman in high school. I remember going on Google and typing in what is emo, and they said piercings, and that was the first thing I did. Looked up piercings on Google and found a website called BME, Body Modification Easy, and I was just so excited. It showed off all these like really early piercings, like very unique things, and I just remember being so infatuated with it, and that was kind of like the beginning of the end. Like I remember looking at that website every single day to see what like piercers in the industry were posting to that. So kind of hard to answer because everybody gets into the industry a little bit differently. I usually say the first thing to do is to start working at a studio. So if you happen to see a studio like local is hiring for like a front staffing position, that would be your first step. At that point, just kind of working towards that goal. Some people will be hired as like, just like helping out clients at the front, but for somebody who like really cares and kind of shows that dedication, it might lead to a potential apprenticeship. So for me, I actually worked as a hairdresser for many years before being a piercer, and I saw that the studio that I was originally apprenticed at had a counter position, and I just remember typing up a resume. I drove out there, I was like, hi, this is me, like I love piercing, and got a call back a few days later, and it just kind of went from there. But it's hard to give an exact answer because every piercer has a different entrance. There's kind of piercings that are like unicorn piercings, and I find these like really fascinating. There are piercings that maybe, anatomy-wise, maybe weren't the best idea, or, might be a little bit unique in placement that actually heal well. I've actually seen a surface anchor, like one of those single points that you might see on like a cheek or in the center of somebody's forehead, kind of right in the center of somebody's neck off to the side in a place of high movement, and it healed beautifully. So whenever you see somebody that kind of beats the healing odds, it's kind of amazing. But I feel like nothing really surprises me too much these days, but there's always going to be somebody that's like pushing the boundary and wanting to get a little creative, or maybe wants to experiment with their body. So I'm totally open to, giving them that opportunity.
So when I first got into the tattoo piercing industry, it wasn't until a few years ago. I used to work in the food industry actually, but I've always had a fascination of body modification, tattooing since I was in high school. But I'm not a tattooer per se or a piercer, but I work in the industry helping piercing clients, tattoo clients, and all that good stuff. I mean, I think that people should get what makes them feel happy, but if they want something that has a lot of meaning behind it, I think that's really wonderful, but it's also really fun to see the tattoos that come through that are like a hot dog with butterfly wings, or, there's a lot of goofy stuff, but I think that if whatever you want to get, you should absolutely get meaningful or not.
The total price of getting pierced at Lucky's was actually $145. This is a super great business with a ton of experienced professionals, but that price is definitely a setback. I don't think that is cheap whatsoever, but I do think what it is more of an investment. The actual process of piercing, my piercer Andy, they were super amazing. They made sure I was comfortable the whole way through. They were ensuring me that there are no stupid questions, there are no bad questions to ask. They guided me through the whole procedure, made sure everyone in the room was comfortable with what was happening, and overall it was really painless and only felt like a little pinch, and then the jewelry was in and I was done. Thanks so much for watching throughout this season of Cheap Thrills.